Hey guys, it's Antusj, and we're back in the crew world here on Minecraft, and we're going to be finishing up this project here that I had mentioned in the renovating Nojo's house video of this tunnel and stuff. We're going to be making a ridiculously big kelp farm, which honestly ended up being quite a bit more kelp than I think any person could ever need. Just from one harvest of it after we let it grow up, we had 3.5 double chests. So, as you can see here, I'm going to have to fill up the ground, so I have a bunch of gravel. I have a bunch of glass and stuff. It's going to be a huge glass room. I'm going to work on this for a little bit by myself, but luckily Green and Nojo are both going to get on, and they're going to help me finish this project up. So as you can see here, I also added some sea lanterns around the farm just to give it some light from the outside. Now we are next to a conduit, so we do have night vision, so these are doing nothing for us when we're underwater. But they will look cool from the dock that Nojo has plans to make later. And then that'll allow him to kind of see through it and everything. We're going to be adding a glass frame all the way around this and a glass roof. That way the kelp stops at a certain point. I will be sponging out the tunnel, but not this room, of course. That way the kelp will continue to grow. And we're actually going to leave the glass room about 1 block short from the top of the water, just so that way it doesn't ruin the way the ocean looks from the outside. Another really good thing about this kelp farm, obviously it's unlimited food, and with just a small amount of coal, you can basically turn it into unlimited fuel as well. Once you start to make dry kelp blocks, and then just continue that process over and over, you can eventually have unlimited fuel. Now, I did incorporate this ship into the little farm. I'm going to add a bunch of chests down here. This is actually going to be Nojo's kelp farm storage. I didn't want anyone to destroy this, and since one of our rules in the realm here is not to destroy other people's builds and all that, we went ahead and incorporated that in as part of his build, just so that way no one will come and mess with it. So as you can see, Nojo and Green are both here now, and they are both helping me. We are going to plant some kelp along the bottom to get things going. As you can see, some of it is already sprouting up pretty much instantly. And then here it is from the outside, just the huge glass room. And so you can see the tunnel going around. I got plenty of lights. The glass isn't quite as clear looking as I wish it would have been. I think it could have looked a little bit better, like if you have a texture pack that actually makes the glass clear. So let me give you a little bit of a tour spot here. We'll run back into Nojo's house. And as you can see down in his personal mine, there was that door in that renovating Nojo's house video that I said was part of a later project. So here it is now, fully completed. This was the project, was for him to have the only access into his kelp farm. As you can see, it's been a little bit, and the kelp is already growing up pretty hardcore. The kelp grows a whole lot faster than I thought it would, and honestly, when we finally went to harvest it, it just kept growing and growing and growing, even as we were harvesting it. We never even let it get all the way down to 1 block. It just kept growing up, and we just gave up. And we gave up when we filled up about 3.5 double chests. So we're also going to move on over to Green's house. I'm going to help him fill in some areas here with a giant food box. He kind of had a small one made, as you can see off to the side, and I kind of helped him kind of come up with his own style of food box to kind of help fill in his area here, because he's living on this huge hill. Now we're going to make this giant food box. We're going to use the dirt and everything to cover up this huge hole up here. So we're obviously going to have to build that wood frame around it and fill in the lines with dirt, the same way that he has them on his other one. This one's just going to be quite a bit bigger. And as you can see, he's got the little bark trimmed wood or whatever, the stripped wood, and then we have these fences in here to kind of make it look like it's a bit more stable. We're not going to add a whole bunch of extra logs down the long lines. We're just going to leave them the way we have them here to kind of match the way the small one looks. Of course, he's going to come back in with some water, and we're going to have to add some more dirt and everything up into the air here. I'm going to add some slabs. That way it's not too short in the bottom. You can still run around and have no problem. But it makes it look a little bit better because you don't just see floating dirt, and then also where the water lines are, the water won't just be pouring through. So Green's going to go ahead and work on getting the dirt filled in and the water, and then we'll turn all the land into farm and get this going. So we're also going to add some fence and some lights and things. In the video here you can also kind of see that we added some picture frames. The picture frames are just where we're going to keep a couple of hose. That way, in case any animals or another player pops the farmland, you know, you can re-till it right there. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I know I haven't been posting much Minecraft in the past week, which was initially my plan. I've been a bit sick, and of course Division 2 will be coming out tomorrow, so I'll see you guys in that video.